Yeah, my only problem with the ball is it's only 8 seconds. It takes like 15 seconds. I know, right? With your feet. Oh, yeah. No, I didn't count the repeat. Until I get to the 8 bars.
afternoon. I'm just pausing to see if there are any available seats for the students who came late to this afternoon's class and are now stuck standing at the back. Look, it's going to become like a bidding war. There's 4 down here at the front. There's a row in the middle. The band is suggesting there's some spots on stage. I'm going to get started, but I encourage people to wander down. If there's a hand waving that suggests there's a seat you can take at the front, and don't be reluctant to find your way down and grab a seat. Welcome to Dalhousie University Spring Convocation. My name is Kim Brooks. I'm Dalhousie's acting provost. It's clear that I'm acting, you know what I mean, when you say your university name like that. And Vice President Academic, and I'm going to be guiding us through today's ceremonies. Let me begin by asking Elder Christmas to deliver the traditional Mi'kmaq welcome.
What did you do with my script? Chalida, Voldas Bedayo, Voldas Dandiglu, Taladadio, Voldas Kisu, Maria Moxio, Deputy Kinamasutio. Well, you get Kariska de Gagis. Hadik to constituent. Wages to Tulugan, Dan Waji Kanamasit. Achelida Migmag, Unduk, Danasudmis, Manadris Kadudik, Nasase Otik, Jimnamia Kaduan. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Mi'kmaqi, the land of the Mi'kmaq. Welcome to a beautiful ceremony here at Dalhousie. And I have to let you know that this is Mi'kmaqi, Mi'kmaq ancestral land. We haven't sold it. We haven't pawned it. It's still ours. And you're welcome to it. But I hope you have a nice celebration. And please, 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 don't overdo it tonight. So be a good time and have a good time. Thank you. And Catherine Martin's here to say a few words.
Kwe, medawaloktiok, weligiskuk. I'd just like to offer a chant that Sarah Denny of Eskasoni taught us to sing whenever we bring nations together and we welcome everybody to our territory. Guano de, guano de, guano de, guano danahi, guanalia, guano danahi, guanalia, guano danahi, guanalia, guano de, guanalia, guano de, guanalia, guano da, no, Dalho.
Dalho. Thank you.
Dalhousie University is located in Mi'kmaqi, the ancestral, and as Elder Christians let us know, unceded territory of the Nook. We are all treaty people. You may be seated. There are three key components to this statement. The first is the acknowledgement that the land Dalhousie sits on is part of Mi'kma'ki, the territory of the Lenape. The second is the acknowledgement of the territory as both ancestral and unceded, recognizing the peace and friendship treaties between the British Crown and the Mi'kmaq did not involve surrender of the land. Finally, we are all treaty people reflects that the peace and friendship treaties apply to all parties involved, Indigenous and settler alike. At Dalhousie, we continue to work on and build on these critically important relationships and friendships and remain committed to the recommendations of the Truth and Reconciliation Report. We recognize that African Nova Scotians are a distinct people whose histories, legacies, and contributions have enriched that part of Mi'kma'ki known as Nova Scotia for over 400 years. African Nova Scotians came to the province through enslavement or through fleeing enslavement elsewhere. We are thankful to the Indigenous and African Nova Scotian faculty members, staff, students, administrators, and elders who partner with us in developing and enhancing pathway programs and admissions guidelines, curriculum, welcoming spaces, and community partnerships. We know that we have much to do to transform our colonial past to a future of inclusive excellence. Let me also take a moment to acknowledge the state of emergency in Halifax and the evacuations of our communities around Tantallon and Shelburne. Our hearts are with those who are awaiting updates, and know, please, that we are here with you. Some people think you come to graduation so that you can hear the people on stage tell you that you're awesome. And they say things like, "Congratulations, nothing can stop you." That one is really the worst. "The world is your oyster, kudos, bravo, you're amazing, and we're so proud of you." I wish I was the kind of person prone to saying things like that. But I can't, because being an AC Aggie matters. And that mattering has a historic and a prospective component. Let's start with the historic. I suspect you know this, but the AC's roots lie in the School of Agriculture, which was established in 1885 at the Provincial Normal School, which was a school that my great-grandmother graduated from, and so I feel a little of the shared weight that you carry. When you walk around campus, you feel the legacy of the provincial farm, established in 1889, and the pride of being a member of one of the earliest institutions to have admitted women into agricultural study. The history of this place is rooted in interactions with government. We were instrumental in the formation of the Nova Scotia Department of Natural Resources and later in the Department of Agriculture. We played essential roles in responsiveness to disaster, whether from World Wars I or II or to food crises in Canada, but also in other countries around the world. We have always been motivated by curiosity and about how we can do better through innovation and research, and we had early partnerships with McGill and other Canadian universities and institutions. We've always had rich and important relationships with community and industry, and I bet some of you here today had parents or grandparents, or even like me, great-grandparents, who graduated from this campus. Let's turn to the future. Being an AC Aggie matters because it signals that you are a person who carries the weight of helping us with some of the world's most vexing problems. I am so sorry. Population growth, food insecurity and malnutrition, lagging technology innovation and adaptation, changing business models for agri and aquacultures, more complex and quickly spreading disease, climate change. These are just a few of the global problems with local manifestations. As AC Aggie grads, we're looking to you for guidance. And so, congratulations. Nothing can stop you. The world is your oyster. Kudos, bravos, you're amazing, and we are certainly so proud of you. Today is a day of celebrations, the celebration of completion and the celebration of beginnings. As we proceed with the presentation of diplomas and degrees, we want this ceremony to respect this sort of spirit of celebration, and it doesn't have to be too formal. So feel free to show your enthusiasm and cheer for the newest members of the Dalhousie alumni family. This is your day, so go ahead and take and post selfies. You can use hashtag Dalgrad. Convocation is being webcast, and so you can watch it again. For those of you in the back row of the back row, you can watch it for the first time. Now I'd like to take a moment to introduce those individuals who will be participating in the ceremony. When I call your name, please rise and remain standing as you are able. Elder Christmas, who gave the traditional Mi'kmaq welcome a few moments ago, and Kathy Martin, our Indigenous elder. Scott Bryson, Chancellor. Dr. Frank Harvey, Acting President and Vice Chancellor. Dr. Louise Spiteri, Chair of Senate. Dr. David Gray, Campus Principal and Dean, Faculty of Agriculture. I want to see if Jean's going to give you a run for your money here. So let's see. Jean Linz, recipient of the DPMG COVID-19 Pandemic Award and University Beetle for this ceremony. That was awesome. Audrey Jo McConkey, Senior Instructor with the Department of Animal Science and Aquaculture and Convocation Speaker. Also in the platform party today and in the audience are others who have contributed to and have been instrumental in your success. These include the faculty and staff here at the Faculty of Agriculture. I'll ask the front row platform party to please take their seats, and I'll ask those members on the platform as well as in the audience who are faculty and staff here to please stand so we can acknowledge your many contributions. It is now my pleasure to introduce Acting President and Vice Chancellor of Dalhousie University, Dr. Frank Harvey, to give some opening and welcome remarks.
Thank you. Thank you, Kim. Chancellor Scott Bryson, VP Academic and Provost Kim Brooks, Dean David Gray, friends and family, members of the academic procession, esteemed guests, and most importantly, our graduates. It is an honor for me to be a part of this important ceremony today and to have the distinct honor and privilege of serving as Dalhousie's acting president. Before I go any further, as Provost Brooks did, I want to acknowledge that we are all so deeply saddened and concerned about the fires in Tantallon and Hammonds Plains. The state of emergency that has now been declared for Halifax. I know I speak on behalf of everyone here today and our entire Dal community that our thoughts are with the families who've been forced to evacuate their homes, including many members of our Dalhousie community. We have reached out to our students and our faculty and our staff to help facilitate supports and accommodations for individuals who are directly affected by the fires, and we will continue to monitor the situation to see what we can do to offer further assistance. To our graduates today, many of you are likely working your way through many different emotions. For some, sadness at leaving the Truro campus, your Dal community, obviously many close friends. For others, maybe a little eagerness to move on from Dal, to begin a new job, to begin a new academic program. I suspect many of you are feeling gratitude for having so many amazing people who have played such an important role in your success along the way. Possibly a little fear and anxiety for those who aren't sure yet what's next. Don't worry. I am convinced you will find your path. But above all, when you think about all those experiences and emotions, I hope you feel pride. Convocation marks the culmination of years of very, very hard work, and that hard work to complete your degree deserves to be formally acknowledged, to be celebrated, and from my perspective, to be summarized. So give me a few seconds to summarize why we're here today. You've spent hundreds of hours in classes and tutorials and labs. You've read thousands of pages from books, journal articles, and research reports. You've written and studied hundreds of pages of notes that you've extracted from your classes and books and tutorials. You've completed hundreds of quizzes and midterms and final exams. You've drafted hundreds of pages of essays and reports and other projects. You practice and deliver dozens of presentations, both in person and online. You've engaged with local groups and organizations through community service. You have earned valuable work experience through experiential learning opportunities. You found time to be student leaders in societies, athletics, extracurricular activities. You've muddied your boots, pants, shirts, overalls, actually just about anything you've been wearing, from head to toe in lab exercises, in fields and barns. Many of you have likely been chewed on or licked by at least one calf or lamb. You've measured every tree and plant on the AC campus. You know the difference between a barn and the barn. You've heard a story or two from Dean Gray. You survived many of his dad jokes. And you've learned what it means to be a true Dal AC Aggie. And what else have you acquired as a direct consequence of the enormous time and effort you've invested over the last 4 to 5 years in your respective programs, beyond the specialized program, subfield professional knowledge and knowledge mobilization skills that you've acquired? What else? You've also acquired evaluative and critical thinking skills, creative and deeply reflective reading skills, obviously effective oral and written communication skills, problem solving and pattern intelligence skills, synthesis skills, and the ability to express the results of your analysis and evaluation, and the ability to conduct research and assessments of policy and other related projects to answer those research questions. Information literacy and skills associated with learning how to learn, the exercise of independent judgment and ethical decision-making, self-confidence, self-understanding, the ability to cooperate and work in teams, and sensitivity to cultural differences. All of this is essential to any path or profession or career or vocation that you ultimately select. But I also know that as you completed your respective degrees, you spent a good part of your time managing and balancing university commitments, work, family, social lives. You've spent time dealing with relationships and social pressures and social dilemmas, fears and anxieties about your program and your future. You've been managing your budget, in many cases completing your degree, while simultaneously juggling a job, sometimes 2 or more, to cover tuition. And you had to do all of that while navigating a global pandemic, the transition to online and hybrid learning, the painful and devastating community trauma experienced in April of 2020, and for some, the lingering effects of the Cox Building fire that led to the loss of decades of research with obvious impacts on both researchers and students. All of this required extraordinary and truly inspiring levels of resilience, perseverance, and dedication. And I am sure many of you dealt with personal crises, in some cases tied to the pandemic. Don't let anyone tell you, now that you've graduated, that it's time to, quote, get in the game. You've been in the game for 4 to 5 years. Your graduation speaks volumes about your capacity and your willingness to succeed anywhere by applying the life lessons, the skills, the knowledge, the passions, the resilience, and the life choices that you've lived through while completing your degree. These are some of the reasons we're celebrating today. These are some of the reasons your family and your friends and the entire Dalhousie community are so incredibly proud of you. These are the reasons you inspire us. So feel free to make some noise. Congratulations. Convocation also signifies the transition from being a successful student to becoming a Dal alumni, joining an international network of over 155,000 Dalhousie graduates who've gone on to make significant contributions by serving their communities around the world. And as a university, we certainly take immense pride in the success of our graduates, and we are also fully committed to becoming an even stronger university by building on our promises to students and our promises to faculty, our promises to researchers, and our ongoing commitment to equity, diversity, and inclusion, and certainly our commitments and promises to communities. Our objective is to build on that reputation, to build on that legacy so that the value of your degree, what it means to have a degree from Dalhousie, continues to appreciate and expand. This is our promise and our commitment to you as alumni of Dalhousie University. So thank you for choosing Dal. Thank you for choosing the Truro campus for your studies. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of your educational journey. Congratulations. This is a wonderful achievement. Enjoy this special moment, and please stay in touch. Congratulations.
Thank you, President Harvey. Graduates, please rise. Chancellor Bryson, as Chair of the Senate of Dalhousie University, I ask you to confer degrees upon those candidates whose names have been approved by Senate.
By virtue of the authority vested in me and in Dalhousie University, I admit to the respective degrees and diplomas with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto those candidates who have fulfilled the requirements of that degree and whose names have been approved by the Senate. Admito vos ad gradum. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Graduates, please be seated.
I'm now going to call on Dr. David Gray, Campus Principal and Dean, Faculty of Agriculture. No, let's try it again. I'm going to call on Dr. David Gray, Campus Principal and Dean. And Ella McDonald, an orator and alum from the Fountain School of Performing Arts, to present the candidates who are here today receiving degrees.
Chancellor Bryson, I am honored to present to you the following candidates on behalf of the Faculty of Agriculture who have fulfilled the requirements for the degree of Diploma in Engineering. Jaden Wyatt Cameron, University Medal in Engineering. Nathan Andrew Taylor Cronkite. Jason Kwong. Matthew Thomas McLaughlin. Lucas Christopher John Myatt. Kaylin Marie Nemus. Justin Brent Thornhill. Evan Luke Trenholm. Chancellor Bryson, this concludes the presentation of candidates who are here today to receive the diploma in engineering. I am honored to present to you the following candidates on behalf of the Faculty of Agriculture who have fulfilled the requirements for the degree of Diploma in Technology. Jesse L. Anderson. Stacy Elizabeth Andrews, Veterinary Technology. Jack Archibald, Business Management. Haley Lynn Behringer, Veterinary Technology. Haley Sarah Bishop, Veterinary Technology. Brennan Gregory Carpenter, Plant Science. Atreo Cash, Veterinary Technology. Caden Chappell, Managed Landscapes. Avery Colrin, Plant Science. Tegan Natasha True Fancy, Veterinary Technology. Noah Simon Frazier, Plant Science. Samantha Lynn Gardner, Veterinary Technology. Cara Carmelita Gotro, Managed Landscapes. Taylor Alexis Giles, Veterinary Technology. Kaya Goss, Business Management. Nicholas Donald Grant, Business Management. Jessica Mackenzie Gray, Veterinary Technology. Cassidy Laura Jean Gregory, Veterinary Technology. Lara Morgan Hingley, Veterinary Technology. Julia Faith Hoogerwerf, Veterinary Technology. Olivia Marie Grace Irving, Veterinary Technology. Jenna Katie May Jeffries, Veterinary Technology. Hannah Callback, Business Management. William Paul LaForce, Veterinary technology. Peyton Wallace Laureisen, business management. Julia K. Leslie, veterinary technology. Hannah Jane McDonald, veterinary technology. Michael Mullins, plant science. Eliza Marie Oldford, veterinary technology. Maisie Ann Bell Phillips, veterinary technology. Marco Wiebe Rodemaker, plant science. Nahili Hannah Silver Scratch, veterinary technology. Jesse Scott Sewell, plant science. Georgina Tarrant, plant science, with Governor General's Bronze Medal. Melanie Thomas, veterinary technology. Emma Joyce Yusufer, veterinary technology. Daniel Villarreal Hernandez, veterinary technology. Lily Watson, veterinary technology. Adrian J. Waselius, business management. Martin Zelstra, business management. Chancellor Bryson, this concludes the presentation of candidates who are here today to receive the Diploma in Technology. I am honored to present to you the following candidates on behalf of the Faculty of Agriculture who have fulfilled the requirements for the degree Bachelor of Science, Bioveterinary Science. Quinlan D. Agnew, Bioveterinary Science. Kendall Moira Aus, Bioveterinary Science. Shane Hans-Dieter Barbrick, Bioveterinary Science. Kyle Donald Bald, Bioveterinary Science. Aslan Bizanson, Bioveterinary Science. Haley Brown, Bioveterinary Science. Madeline Josie Carmichael, Bioveterinary Science. Eunice Elizabeth Casanto, Bioveterinary Science with honors, first class honors. Nicholas Mark Dion, Bioveterinary Science with distinction. Anna Elizabeth Finlayson, Bioveterinary Science with distinction. Riley Fleming, Bioveterinary Science. Jacob Darrell Foster, Bioveterinary Science with honors, first class honors. Shania Alexandria Goodwin, Bioveterinary Science with distinction. Rebecca Louise Gray, Bioveterinary Science. Bryn Hartshorn Smith, Bioveterinary Science. Dylan Murray Johnson, Bioveterinary Science. Samantha Victoria Kruger, Bioveterinary Science. Eiffel Lai, Bioveterinary Science with distinction. Terry Lynn Connie Legg, Bioveterinary Science. Katarina Felicia McCullough McBride, Bioveterinary Science with distinction. Emily Christina Pittman, Bioveterinary Science. Kayla Cynthia Rowland, Bioveterinary Science with distinction. Coretta Simmons, Bioveterinary Science with distinction. Julia Skinner, Bioveterinary Science with distinction. Victoria Marie Slaney, Bioveterinary Science. Paige Winter Villeneuve, Bioveterinary Science with honors, first class honors. Jordan Teresa Waynes, Bioveterinary Science with distinction and University Medal in Bioveterinary Science. Haley White, Bioveterinary Science. Shufan Zhou, Bioveterinary Science. Chancellor Bryson, this concludes the presentation of candidates who are here today to receive the Bachelor of Science, Bioveterinary Science. I am honored to present to you the following candidates on behalf of the Faculty of Agriculture who have fulfilled the requirements for the degree of Bachelor of Technology. Laith Abu Azzedine, Landscape Architecture. Hoying Chen, Landscape Architecture. Tong Dai, Landscape Architecture. Chou Lu Lin, Landscape Architecture. Choyu Lin, Landscape Architecture. Tian Hao Liu, Landscape Architecture. Che Yuan Liu, Landscape Architecture. Morgan Elizabeth McAvoy, Landscape Architecture. Fengxia Ning, Landscape Architecture. Liangcheng Pan, Landscape Architecture. Emily Payne, Landscape Architecture with Distinction. Ethan Gardner Douglas Stretch, Landscape Architecture. Cody Peter Taylor, Small Business Management. Bruce Wong, Landscape Architecture with Distinction and the University Medal in Landscape Architecture. Yudian Yang, Landscape Architecture with Distinction. Kangyi Wu, Landscape Architecture. This concludes the presentation of candidates to receive the Bachelor of Technology.
Okay, I think Our orator, Ella McDonald, deserves a round of applause. It's now my great pleasure to call upon Dean David Gray. It's how I'm tracking your energy level, you know what I mean? To present the recipient of the Governor General's Bronze Medal.
The recipient of the 2023 Governor General's Bronze Medal winner is Georgina Tarrant. Georgina, would you come up, please? You got to stay there. You can come a little bit up so I can see you. There you go. Originally from Australia, Georgina has been described by her professors and instructors as one of the smartest, hardest working students they have ever had, excelling in all aspects. This is reflected in her A+ average. Always striving for perfection, Georgina has shown a genuine interest in plant sciences and an interest in all aspects of human interaction with the natural world. In fact, her love of plants was obvious as she shared pictures of her beautiful home rock garden and regularly spent her lunch hour in the greenhouse. She was the first to dive into lab procedures and get her hands dirty. She asked questions, interacted with her peers, and led discussion groups. Her opinion was valued so much that her feedback led her instructor making tweaks to improve the course. Georgina graduates with a diploma in technology plant science. Her enthusiasm will be missed by both her instructors and fellow classmates. We no doubt know that Georgina will succeed in her next venture, and we wish her every success. She deserves it. Georgina.
Okay, you're in for another treat. Isaac Ayer. It's my pleasure to ask him to come up to the stage to deliver the valedictory address.
Good afternoon, everybody. You guys have the benefit of getting me after I did a practice round this morning, but the loss is that I got a little less voice than I did, so we'll see how it all pans out. Anyway, I'd like to thank you all for being here today. Those of you who traveled near and far to come celebrate the accomplishments of your loved ones, and those of you who had to leave behind your livestock or your crops and whatever busy season you're at in order to be able to come here and celebrate. I think those people deserve a special shout out. My name is Isaac Ayer, and it is with great honor and humility that I stand before you today as the valedictorian of the graduating class of 2023. I would like to start by extending my heartfelt congratulations to you, my fellow graduates. I'm proud to have had the opportunity to get to know so many of you over the past 4 years, and I know how much hard work that we've all put in to be here today. Each and every one of you should be very proud of all that we've accomplished. Actually, last time I told them it was my first time giving a speech like this and to buckle up. This time it's my second one, so I guess you can hold me to a higher standard if you want. One piece of advice that I got when I was trying to decide what I would share with you all today was to include as much Isaac in my speech as I could. And I'll admit I was a bit apprehensive about that at first, because today isn't about celebrating Isaac. It's about celebrating the roughly 200 graduates that have crossed the stage at the ceremonies here today. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized the impact that so many of you have had on the person I've become, It simply wouldn't be possible to be part of this community, sharing the same dorms, classrooms, labs, library rooms, and sidewalks, without inadvertently absorbing bits and pieces of the people around you. So, in keeping with this theme, when I was preparing for this today, my preparation strategy was similar to what many of you would have done, in two ways. First, I procrastinated writing this speech for as long as I possibly could. After all, the end of May seemed so very far away, and I knew that starting too soon would just put stress on current me that could be better put off to future me. Secondly, when I did finally sit down and decide to write this speech, I let ChatGPT have the first go at it. All kidding aside, if you told me when I arrived in Truro 4 years ago that I'd be up here today, I wouldn't have believed you for a second. The first time I set foot in this theater was on the hot final day of August in 2019. I just finished lugging a couple blue Rubbermaid totes into Fraser House with some of my worldly possessions, and I was running late for something called an induction ceremony. I didn't know what that was exactly, but the stranger in the horseshoe had mentioned it, and it was on the itinerary, and I figured if I wanted to make any friends in this strange new place, that was the kind of thing I needed to start going to. I remember I stood awkwardly behind the very back row of chairs because I was late coming in, as many of you guys are doing back there today, and I remember standing there holding my new Dalhousie scarf and seeing a room full of parents and family proud to be here to take part in the next big step in their children's lives, or their siblings, or whatever your connection is. Anyway, I'm sure many of the same faces are here today. All I recall about me at that time is that I was nervous, hot, and sweaty. So the main difference between that day and this day is just which end of this room I'm standing on. Over the days and weeks following that induction ceremony, I would meet many people that I know will go on to be lifelong friends. A beef farmer from Quebec, a potato producer from the island, an onion and chicken grower from the Annapolis Valley, and a city kid from Halifax coming to farm school to learn and try to fit in. The list could go on and on. If I'd known just how much time I'd be spending with them over the coming years, I probably should have vetted them a little better, but I think I fared out pretty good. Before I move on, I'd like to take the opportunity to specifically thank some people that are here today that are very special to me. I want to thank my mother for being the kindest and most patient person I know, for supporting and encouraging me to make my school my top priority, and for never letting me leave home without more groceries, candy, and cookies than my whole friend group could ever consume. Noah can attest to that one. I want to thank my dad for the example of dedication, hard work, and perseverance that he modeled for me over the years and helped me get here today. And I wanted to thank my brother Isaiah for his phone calls, being a goof, never taking anything too seriously, and being the best little brother a guy could have. On behalf of the graduating class, I want to thank all the parents, the grandparents, the siblings, and extended family that mean so much to us. You've helped shape us more than we could ever realize, and your support means more to us than you'll ever know. The sacrifices that you've made to get us here today can't be overstated. You should all be very proud, and I think we should give you a round of applause. To the professors and lab instructors here at the AC, I want to thank you folks for not being nearly as intimidating as my high school teacher said you were going to be. I want to thank those of you who went above and beyond to make your classes engaging and informative. For those of you who patiently explained concepts again and again and again until we finally understood. Jinyu in particular stands out. He's sitting right here in front of me, but he's certainly not the only one. For always answering our emails, regardless of how last minute our inquiries were, and the fact that we should have the assignment done and we were asking about question 1. And for always challenging us to consider new ideas and approaches. We're very grateful for all of you. I'd also like to thank the excellent teams that work in residence, that run the cafeteria, that do campus security, and that work in the RAC. Your friendly demeanor and your desire to support students are a big part of what makes our school so special. Finally, I want to thank you, my peers. You're all a source of inspiration to me. We've pushed each other to excel, encouraged and supported one another when things got rough, and we've celebrated each other's accomplishments. Each one of you has made our educational journey richer, more meaningful, and more enjoyable. Throughout our time together, we formed lifelong friendships that have provided us with plenty of laughs and support. Whether it was the late-night study sessions, the group projects, cooking and consuming meals together, These moments all created bonds that are going to last long after we disperse into our separate directions. I'm grateful for the diversity of perspectives and experiences that each of you has brought to our school. Our discussions and debates, both inside and outside of the classroom, have broadened our horizons, challenged our perceptions, and we're all better off for it. From those awkward and exciting first days on campus to the bittersweet moments of writing our final tests and exams, oops, we went in the wrong paragraph. But anyway, we've shared a unique experience together, and those bonds are going to stick around for a long time. Personally, some friends I'd like to thank include Gabby. She was a great best friend, office mate, agrology club co-president. I want to thank Noah for all the late night drives, for sing-song sessions, for always being willing to fire up the grill and go cook up whatever the house was asking for. I want to thank my friend Rachel for always telling things like they were and reminding me that having my assignments done days in advance was a completely reasonable thing to do. I want to thank Tim for being the best teammate to divide and conquer group work with, and for helping me develop my patience for all the times I had to leave the house 5 or more minutes later than I initially had planned to. Including whenever we had breakfast with the dean for DASA. He was always dragging his tail. One of the main reasons it's important that we take this opportunity to celebrate our achievements is because of all the obstacles you needed to overcome to get here. Beyond the regular challenges of moving away from home, juggling labs and assignments, trying to scrounge up the motivation to move on to meeting your next deadline when there's just no end in sight, and none of those can really be understated. Our grad class was thrown the extra curveball of navigating a global pandemic. I don't want to stand here and beat a dead horse by reminding you all about unprecedented times and mask mandates and travel restrictions, but I do want to emphasize some of the lessons we learned. COVID taught us a new level of resilience and resourcefulness that we didn't know we had. The second year of my degree, our degree, stood in stark contrast to the first. Much of our close-knit campus was now tuning into class from kitchen tables and bedrooms from across the Maritimes and the rest of the world. Our basement group study sessions to cram before tests were replaced with late-night Teams calls where we cursed our rural internet. And our lively classroom discussions were replaced by endless, bright-spaced discussion threads. That said, I think we can all commend our instructors that did their very best to completely redesign their courses to work within the online setting with very short timelines, and it was just as much of a challenge for them to figure out how to teach us as it was for us to try to figure out how to learn in this crazy new setup. Every student graduating here today should be proud of the discipline, determination, and grit that it took to get you here. Regardless of the path you took to get here, the fact that you did is a testament to your ability to make the most of a really crappy situation. Luckily for us, our soils classes have taught us just how valuable crap can be in the growth process. I think I can speak for many of you when I say that the growth that sprung up from that metaphorical manure that COVID flung our way came in the form of a much greater appreciation for all that our campus has to offer. My first year, I was dialed in on my studies, and I didn't really take the chance to stop and appreciate everything that was around me. After all, I'd be doing it for 3 more years. When I returned to campus in my 3rd year, though, I was determined to make up for lost time. I made a conscious effort to be a more active member of my community. It led me to join multiple clubs, get involved in student government, show a little Arcot U named Peggy at College Royal, and collect some ribbons. And I even gave Ashley's Tuesday night line dancing lessons a try. It taught me a lesson I hope many of you discovered long before I did, that the value of your degree goes well beyond the tests and lab reports that we wrote, and even the piece of paper that we're here today to accept and celebrate. It is often the other learning experiences, the connections with peers, and the relationships formed along the way that enrich our lives the most. So before I let you move on with your ceremony and your celebrations afterwards, there's a couple of thoughts that I want to leave you with today. First off, I want to encourage you all to take the time to stop and appreciate life stages as they come to you, and not to take things in life for granted. If there's anything that these past 4 years have taught us, it's that life is anything but predictable. And if you don't stop to smell the flowers while they're in bloom, by the time you circle back around, they just might be wilted. It's no fun to have your world turned upside down by something like COVID, but it's even worse to realize you never understood how good things were until you lost them. Cherish the moments you have with your friends and family, on the big celebrations like today, and the more common mundane moments that make up our everyday lives too. Don't be afraid to plan for the future, but always take the time to stop and recognize where you are today and just how far you've come. Secondly, I'd encourage you all to make a point of seeking out purpose in your lives and make decisions that line up with your goals and values. Life is too short to just be a passenger along for the ride, and your life experiences and accomplishments will reflect the decisions you make and the ones that you don't. It's okay to change your definition of success along the way, or to add little side quests along the journey. Things like reviving and running a club or writing a valedictorian address when your goal was just to get a Bachelor of Science degree can make all the difference in enriching your life. I know each one of you here has the potential to achieve great things, and you're armed with the knowledge and connections to be able to do it. We all have different backgrounds, priorities, and aspirations, so our goals are bound to be as unique as we are. The main thing is that we identify those goals and make decisions that align with them so we can create the lives, the communities, and the world we want to be a part of. To conclude, I want to thank you all for enduring my second foray into public speaking. I hope it wasn't too painful. I'd also like to assure any of you concerned about an AI takeover that ChatGPT still has a long way to go in putting together a compelling speech. It wasn't helpful as I'd hoped when I started up last Thursday. I'd like to once again thank all the guests and staff in attendance one more time for all the support they've given to the graduates to get us here today. To all you, the grads, don't forget to enjoy life as it comes to you and be on mission with the choices that you make. It's been a pleasure to work alongside you as we've all worked the soil of our minds and planted the seeds of knowledge, problem solving, and friendship, and I look forward to seeing how we, the class of 2023, all grow together. Thank you.
All right, Isaac already asked the class to do this, but I'm going to do it again because I can make them even a little more uncomfortable. So I'm going to ask the graduating class to stand and turn and face the folks who are your champions and supporters here in the room. This is when the people in the standing seats only have the best picture that you're going to have all day. For the standing graduates, look around for your team, the people who have supported you on your route here. If they're not here, turn your mind to them and give them a moment of thought. I'm going to let it get a little uncomfortable. I want you to make eye contact and take a moment of silence to be grateful for how hard these people worked so that you could be here today. Okay, now I want a rousing cheer for your fans, family, supporters who are here today. Woo! Thank you! I sort of feel like leaving the graduates standing, but I'm going to make them sit back down. Thank you. It's with great pleasure that I turn one more time to Dean Gray.
Right. I couldn't get used to this. Right, no story today. Oh, I know. Audrey Jo McConkey is currently a senior instructor in the Department of Animal Science and Aquaculture. She is also the winner of this year's Experienced Faculty Teaching Excellence Award. As a key figure in the aquaculture program and someone who is very well regarded by both her students and colleagues, we felt it was fitting for her to provide 2023's Convocation address. Audrey Jo.
It's my honor to welcome Chancellor Scott Bryson, Acting President Dr. Frank Harvey, Senator Dr. Louise Spiriti, Dean David Gray, distinguished platform party, parents, friends, faculty and staff, and most importantly, graduating class of 2023. Congratulations to each and every one of you. Your dedication, perseverance, and hard work have brought you to this very moment. Today, we recognize your accomplishments and honor your commitment to education and personal growth. And I do want to put the disclaimer in, like as Isaac mentioned, ChatGPT 4 didn't write my speech for me today. So for those of you who I haven't had the privilege to meet yet, I have a very special appreciation for aquatic species, specifically Atlantic salmon. I am always in awe with how miraculous and powerful Atlantic salmon truly are. This time of year, if you were to sit by the river and sample the river every few days, a new family of salmon passes through. All the same year class, but all unique. In the fall, the adults make a little nest with their tails, we call it a redd, and the eggs are fertilized and protected until they hatch as alevins. They continue to be protected with the rocks and pebbles, growing from alevins to fry, and then into par. After the par stage, they begin to transform, changing the swimming direction from upstream to downstream. Now, some of these par refrain from transforming and stay within the river system. This is what we refer to as landlocked salmon, while the majority continue their journey downstream. The battle downstream is astonishing. They are faced with so many challenges: low pH, low dissolved oxygen, predators, birds, raccoons, my kids fishing, runoff, turbidity. Think of all the heavy rain that we're looking forward to right now. When that happens, that strong velocity and thrashing that they have to undergo. Then other parts of the river system and times where the water level is low, they need to leap over rocks to make it. They persevere and push through these challenges to make it to the end. During this start of migration, they undergo a transformation, physical and physiologically. They change from green with black bars into a beautifully silver color. Physiologically, they're able to osmoregulate and have adapted to a change in salinity. And it is at this point where they have completed the smoltification process. At this point, they reach the sea. In the ocean, they feed and travel. Some travel great distances, thousands of kilometers. But eventually, they return to the exact same river they left. They migrate to the exact same spot, keeping their family unique. And so, class of 2023, if I may use a metaphor, when you arrived here at the Faculty of Agriculture, you were faced with so many challenges. Between early morning milkings, kennel duty, frosty field sampling, counting moving insects, trying to collect data before sunsets, completing assignments and quizzes. Oh yeah, and that pandemic thing that everyone had to learn online about. But during all of that, there were many moments where you may have considered, should I just stay back as a landlocked salmon? But you did not. You pushed through, you faced the challenges, and leapt over obstacles. Each and every one of you had your own personal challenges. You did not let anything hold you back. Faculty and staff, friends and family, your colleagues, we have all been there to support you through challenges. You persevered and made it through. If I may quote the first female to fly over the Atlantic Ocean, Amelia Earhart, "The most effective way to do it is to do it." And you did it. You've just crossed over this stage. Ahead of you, there is an entire open ocean. Swim far. See the world. Continue learning. Swim close. Stay connected to family and friends, the people in this room. Swim whatever direction you desire. But when you swim, swim strong, because you have gained powerful knowledge and skills from your experience on this campus. Class of 2023, you are a unique family, and we are all incredibly proud of you. This convocation is not only a celebration of your achievements, but also a testament of the collective strength and capability that define our agricultural campus. You are surrounded by a diverse people, different stories, shared experiences. Together, you have formed a vibrant community of learners, thinkers, and change makers. Today, we celebrate the friendships forged, the knowledge gained, and the incredible transformation that has taken place within each of you. Congratulations, class of 2023.
All right, this has been awesome. I'm sad to say that the business of convocation has come to a close. For the folks who have stood for the entire time, I wish we had a prize for you. David Gray will be arranging that. Let me be the first to our graduates to acknowledge that when you leave the auditorium, you are joining the Dalhousie alumni network of over 155,000 people around the world. And so as you swim off in different directions as urged, you will be able to find Dalhousie everywhere you go. Congratulations again. You'll receive a pin on your way out from the Alumni Association, and I hope that you wear it with the same pride we feel in you. We're now going to conclude with the singing of O Canada. I'll invite Maddie Madsen and Chloe Dion, Dalhousie voice students, to come and assist us in the singing of the national anthem. Please rise.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command, qu'à ton bras s'est porté l'épée, il s'est porté la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. We keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Give me dead